From the Opepco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OSU update with John Helsley. I'm Jenni Carlson. The Cowboy basketball team is back after the Old Spice Classic and fantastic games. Lots of fun to watch over the holiday weekend. Unfortunately, lost that last game the Cowboys did against Memphis, a rematch of an earlier game. But what was your takeaway from that tournament?
Well, my takeaway was some of the things that Travis Ford had actually talked about before they lost that game was they'd kind of gotten away from their offense and they've been making a lot of tough shots. Remember Marcus Smart's big game against Memphis where he was just firing in, three-pointers from everywhere. You're not going to get those shots on a regular basis. And now Travis Ford has some talking points and some teaching points to go along with that.
Well, and that was really that game. We hadn't really seen as many guys just playing sort of off kilter a little bit like we saw in that game. That was really they were out of sorts a little bit.
They were out of sorts, and you don't ever expect to see both guys, Markel Brown and Marcus Smart, have games like that. They were both 4 of 13 from the field. They just never seemed to get into a good rhythm. Phil Forte kind of kept OSU in the game. Somehow they were only down 1 with 29 seconds to go. And so I don't think that's something you're going to see on a regular basis, but it's also something that can be shored up.
Yeah, and a learning point, like you say. Well, they get a chance to learn, see where they go against South Carolina, pretty good team on a Friday night. What are you expecting out of that game?
Well, you're right. It is a pretty good team. It's a team that played Baylor very tough in Waco earlier this year. It's a Frank Martin coach team, so they're going to be physical and tough. And so, it's going to be an opportunity for OSU to be stressed. They're the better team. They should win, especially at home. But I think it's a good way to come back off of that tournament and try to prove some of these things that they're going to try and teach and shore up.
And an interesting point, just as a side note, will be attendance in that game. Friday night, late, with an early Saturday morning football game. What do you expect in attendance-wise?
That's a great question. It's an 8:30 tip before an 11 a.m. Bedlam football game. So, all the hotels in Stillwater are sold out. Maybe all those people will drive over to Gallagher and watch the game. I think the student crowd will be important that night, and they've really been showing up strong in the early season. So I think that's the idea.
People just come and stay in their car and be right there for Bedlam, right?
That's right. Start the tailgating then.
It's a thought. I mean, maybe Mike Holder will bring us in and we'll advise on that. And be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.